How do you become a profitable trader? Let's go ahead and get into it. So let's start off by making this disclaimer. Right hand to God, I am a profitable trader. If I had a Bible, I'd put my hand on the Bible. I am a profitable trader. So how do you become a profitable trader? We're going to keep saying profitable trader because that's what we're aiming for. That's what we're working towards. So how do you do it? The biggest thing that I had to figure out is that trading is a math equation. You have to make more than you lose, and it's as simple as that. You have to let your winners run. One of the biggest things that I had to figure out, and it's like the holy grail to me, is letting your winners run. If you let your winners run, you catch a big trade, a monster trade, that'll take care of 3, 4, 5 losses, you know? So everyone talks about having a set stop, you know, making sure you're not over trading, but nobody talks about squeezing those winners for everything you can. If you can get a 1 to 4 risk to reward, you could take 4 losses in a row and be break even. You could take 3 losses and still be up on your money. That is what I had to figure out. It is a math equation. Next thing I had to figure out is trading is gambling, right? Trading is a form of gambling, whether or not people want to admit it or not. So the difference between trading and gambling in the casino is you can have an exact mathematical edge. You can know your guaranteed win rate, right? Okay, so let's say if you play a hand of poker, you can have pocket aces, which is a pair of aces, or you can have a pair of kings, or you can have an ace king. Those are usually the best hands possible. But before those 3 hands are laid out, you don't know what your win rate is going to be. Theoretically, you can have a pair of aces and still lose to a flush. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference between trading and going to a casino gambling. You know what your exact win percentage is, or you should know exactly what your win percentage is for any given situation. And you can essentially become the house when you're trading. With that being said, on the trade by trade basis, you're essentially gambling because it's like the flip of a coin. You don't know if the next trade you're about to enter into is going to work or not. You're not going to know. You are not going to know. So you have to play the game of probabilities, right? If you want to read a book on this, read Trading in the Zone, read The Disciplined Trader. Mark Douglas is the guy who really explained these things to me and broke it down to me. At any given moment, somebody can fat finger the market and push it to your stop loss. That's just how it works. So yeah, if you want to become profitable, you have to stop taking unnecessary losses. You have to look at trading as a math equation, and you have to let your winners run. Simple as that. You have to have a higher risk to reward. I've heard people say that 1 to 1 risk to reward ratio is better than anything. I think that is utter nonsense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because the reason why that doesn't make sense to me is it's almost certain that no matter the edge, you will go through a period where your strike rate is going to be less than 50%, right? So how do you make money in those situations where your strike rate is less than 50%? It doesn't make sense to me. So have a fat risk to reward rate. The bigger, the better. I would say if you can find something, if you can find an edge that gives you a 1 to 3 risk to reward, or at least 1 to 2, you'll be good to go. But you need at least a 1 to 2. Don't listen to these people saying a 1 to 1 risk to reward ratio. I mean, I believe that some strategies, they may have extremely high strike rates. If you're on the lower time frame scalping, that's a whole nother story that I wouldn't recommend that for the average person. You have to be extremely sharp if you're scalping. But if you're a person who, you know, you can make decisions fairly quick, not super quick, day trade. If you make slow decisions, then you should be looking more at position trading or swing trading or something of that nature. But yeah, let your winners run. Let your winners run. Let your winners run. Trading is so complex because you never have fixed variables at any moment. So you have to simplify it as much as possible. So look at trading as a math equation. You want to be risking 1 to make 3 or 4. You want to be risking 1 to make 5. You know, that's how you look at it. So now you have the psychological aspect of trading. You need to have a system that you trust, because it doesn't matter how good the system is. If you don't trust it, you won't be able to hold your trades. You'll be nipping at the profits, you know. You'll be scared after 1 or 2 losses. So you have to really understand what it is you're doing, and that takes time. It's going to take 6 months to a year at least. So lock in. Lock in, do the work, and you'll figure it out. Lock in, do the work, you'll figure it out. So yeah, I hope this video was informative. This is Having Academy, where you'll learn how to be a have and not a have not. Blessings, family.